welcome to the Dr. Carney shooting range for day 2 of the Issf World Cup final, live for you here from New Delhi. My name is Rory McAllister and I'll be your commentator for this upcoming final, the 50-metre rifle 3 positions men's. We've had the women's final. Position coming up from the athletes coming out of the call room. Some faces in this one as well. We have the world champion, we have the Olympic champ Leo Yukon, also the world record holder and world number 1. It's a real tasty final. Yuri Privatsky, known as Yurka, also in this final, former world record holder. Istvan Penny features in this one. You can just see Alexander Schmel there of Austria, so experienced on the world circuit. And India represented twice as well in this final, so a chance for them to get on the podium. Kazakhstan and Finland, also the other countries represented in this final.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Athletes to the line.
So Chief Range Officers called for the athletes to the line.
New Delhi, please make some noise and welcome our athletes.
So led out by Chain Singh of India. TV, Facebook. Do like and subscribe to the channel, that way the algorithm will work in your favour, and pop the finals up. You'll be notified before they are actually broadcast, just a few seconds before, so you can jump on. Here's the rest of our schedule for today. Just coming up to 1 o'clock local time here in New Delhi for the 50-metre rifle 3 position men's final, and then later today we'll go to 25 metres for pistol. First of all, the women at 3 o'clock. And then 4:45 for the 25-metre rapid fire, one of my favourites. Meanwhile, the 10 ring is 10.4 millimetres in this one. Incredible. 5.6 millimetre ammunition as well. Maximum weight of the rifle up to 8 kilos. In this one, it's 5.5 in 10 metres, but for 50 metres, you can have a heavier rifle as it's a longer bore. And 45 shots, well, unless we go to a shoot-off. And that means if there's a tie, then we have to decide via a shoot-off, highest score then wins. So 3 series of 5 shots in the kneeling position, and then a 7-minute change over time. Then we go to prone, which is lying down, and 3 series in the prone position.
5-minute
Then
preparation.
we have a 9-minute change over time.
Start.
Then we go to the standing position. Only 2 series then in standing, because once it gets to 40 shots, we eliminate 8th and 7th place at once. And then the eliminations come after every shot, and we go down to decide the medals. Just looking at the world rankings, Leo Yukon, well, what has he not achieved? I remember seeing him back in Seoul in 2017, when he took a gold medal there. I was announcer that day. He also has a silver medal from the World Cup final in Doha last year. He's also the Olympic champion, took the gold medal at the Rio Olympic qualifying event back in April, and took the world record twice in 2 days from the world number 2. It's incredible really, because the World Cup in Granada didn't have any 25 or 50 metre events. It meant for the Olympic qualifier, the 25 and 50 metre events had to be run twice, and Leo Yukon managed to take the world record twice in 2 days. Also was awarded the ISSF Athlete of the Year. So let's get on with the lineup then. On firing point A, representing Kazakhstan, is Konstantin Malinovsky, now 25 years old, world number 15, competed at the Paris Olympic Games, and there's that gold medal at the Asian Championships in Changwon last year.
Good afternoon, New Delhi. I'm Jamie. I'm the announcer for this final. It's just a little bit of housekeeping for anybody who's just arrived in the final hall. If you are missing a black USB
here is
stick
the world number 1, the Olympic champion, and the world record holder. He's also the ISSF Athlete
but
of the
anyway,
Year.
there is a black USB that has
this
been
man
found.
capable
I
of
have it here. If you
this
are missing a
afternoon?
black
27
USB stick,
years
let
old.
me know and I'll give it back to you.
Fuel is the coach.
So we are gearing up for the final rifle final at this ISSF World Cup final, New Delhi 2024.
Alexei
It feels
Lepa
weird
representing
to say. We only
Finland.
started yesterday.
His medal
This is
collection
just day
speaks
2
for
of
itself.
competition.
That gold medal at the Olympic
We've got 2 more
qualification
pistol
event
competitions
in
coming
Rio.
up later today. But first of all, it's all about the 50-meter rifle, the 3 positions, men's final. Our 8 athletes are preparing for
John
3
Dyson
series of 5 shots
is
in
the
the
Finland
kneeling
coach.
position. That's coming up first. Followed by 3 series of 5 shots in the prone
Isfan
position.
Penny, just
and
look at the
then
medals.
2 series of 5
I'm
shots
sure the
in
graphic will be on
standing
screen long enough for you
position.
to count them all.
After that
That's how
second series
decorated
in the
this man is.
standing,
Recently married.
athletes in 8th
He's had a
and
big year.
7th places
And Isfan Penny is in
will
his
be
second
eliminated
final of this
from
World
the
Cup final.
competition.
Took a silver medal in the 10 metres.
We'll then have 5 single
yesterday.
shots still in the
And there's
standing
his
position.
father, there's Isfan Penny
And after
Senior.
each of those shots,
Also,
another athlete
his father,
will leave the
who's
competition.
Isfan's
Shot
father,
44 will decide the bronze medal.
Isfan Jr.'s
Shot
grandfather,
45, the
also
silver and gold medals.
Isfan Penny.
If during the single shot phase of the competition we have a
Malinovsky
tie-break
of
situation,
Kazakhstan, keeping it in the
then
family
the athletes
to his
in
Yeli
that
Kravatsky,
tie-break
known
situation
as
will
Yaka,
fire additional
to his friends,
single
family and
shots
teammates.
until
He also
the
has it
tie
stitched down the
has
side of
been
his
broken.
suit. Again, his medal collection speaks for itself. The world number 2, the former world record holder.
So they are the rules, and we are live on TV on the ISSF YouTube channel, Facebook page. We're broadcasting this
Lova
final and
Solkaka
all the
will be
finals
the coach.
from the ISSF World Cup Final 2024.
Representing Czechia.
You can see the live pictures on the big screen on your left-hand side, also on your right-hand side as well as you face the field of play. Our TV commentator
And
for this
Phil
competition
Sheron,
is Rory. He's over
representing
there.
India.
There he is. Give him a wave. He's waving at you. Wave back. It's polite. Or clap, even better.
He's
Very
on firing
nice.
point
Good
F,
clapping for
now
Rory.
29
so he's
years
our TV
old.
commentator, and we
There's
are
that
less
gold
than
medal
1
in
minute
the Asian
away from this
qualifier
final getting
just
started.
started.
So when you see big
Earlier
scores,
this year, I was there
give
for
those
that
big
competition
scores
myself,
a big
commentator
cheer.
that
Let
day.
the world hear you, New Delhi.
And that was
In around
alongside
about 40
Whiskers, the
seconds from now,
cat.
I'm
If
going
you
to
saw
introduce you to
the
your
coverage
8
of Jakarta
finalists
on
competing
ISSF
in
TV,
the
there was a
50
cat
meter
that used to
rifle,
come and
3
sit next to me
positions,
every day that
men's finals. So
ended
get
up
ready to
being
make
my
lots of noise for you, New
co-commentator.
Delhi.
Here's Alexander Schmel, so experienced on
30
firing
seconds.
point G, now 35 years old. Joint eldest in this final, alongside Chain Singh, who's going to be introduced next. And Franz Roth, looking focused, determined, and ready for action. And here's the second athlete from India, Chain Singh, competed at the Rio Olympics. There's those 2 golds in the World Cup and Asian Championships.
Stop. Unload.
Kumar is the coach.
Athletes may remain in position, but turn head and face towards the spectators.
On behalf
So Jamie
of the
Stanger of
organising
Great Britain is
committee
the
of the
announcer once
ISSF
again
World
for this
Cup
final.
New
And is
Delhi
now introducing the
2024
athletes to the
and
crowd from
International
firing
Shooting
point
Sport
A
Federation.
right the way through
Welcome
to
to
firing
the
point
Dr.
H.
Kani Singh shooting range. The final competition for the 50-meter rifle, 3 positions, men's event will now take place. So let's meet and welcome the athletes. On firing point A, representing Kazakhstan, with a tally of 3 World Cup medals across the rifle events, all silver. The
So firing
25-year-old
point
is
A,
competing at his
Konstantin
first World Cup
Malinovsky,
final. Let's
25 years
welcome
old.
Konstantin Malinovsky.
7th at the World Championships in Baku. That was in the 50-meter prone event.
On
Also
firing
has silver
point
medals,
B,
3 of them at
representing
World
the
Cups
People's Republic
for the
of
team
China.
and
The
individual events.
ISSF Athlete
Here's the
of
world
the
number
Year
1,
is looking
world
to
record holder,
upgrade on
Olympic
his World Cup
champion.
final silver
And
from
this
last year
is
in
Leo Yukong.
Doha. He's the world number 1. world record holder and Olympic champion, it's Liu Yu-kun.
Surely capable of a podium place here today. Just have to see.
On firing point at C, representing Finland. This summer he became an Olympian after winning gold at the Issf Olympic qualification event in Rio. World Cup bronze to his name from Baku 2022. This is his first World Cup final appearance. It's Aleksi Leppä
on firing point C, representing Finland. 30 years old. 2 gold medals at the World Championships.
D, representing Hungary.
And also a
The
bronze
world
medalist
number
in Baku
7 now has 7 World Cup final medals to his name, including gold in this event from here in New Delhi back in 2017. He's back again after 10 meter silver yesterday. It's Issf Penny.
Issf Penny, who took a silver medal yesterday in the 10 meters.
On a firing point E, representing
Delhi.
Czechia. Back again after yesterday's 10 meter bronze, his second World Cup final medal. The world number 3 finished 4th at Paris 2024 and has 5 World Cup medals to his name from this event, including 4 golds. It's Jirka Bravatsky.
And Yuri Bravatsky, known as Jirka, was introduced. The world number 2,
and
still only 23 years old and has achieved so much already,
India.
including those
He's
4
the Baku
golds
2023 World
position at
Championship
ISF
bronze
World Cups.
medalist with 3 World Cup medals to his name.
And
This
Bill
is
Shodder.
his second final appearance at a World Cup final at the 5th in Doha last year.
gold at the
Let's
World
give
Cup
a new
in
Delhi welcome to
Guadalajara.
Akhil Shiron.
I remember being there for that one myself all those years ago. And also seeing him in Jakarta.
Moving on
earlier
over
in the
to
year
firing point
at the
G,
Asian
representing
Championships, also an Olympic
Austria.
qualifier.
The 2-time Olympian has a tally of 7 World Cup medals across the rifle events. After claiming World Championship gold at Baku 2023, he is the world
Joint
champion.
eldest, 35
It's
years old.
Alexander Schmerl.
Coming up for his 36th birthday.
And on firing point H, representing India,
current world
he competed
champion.
at the Rio
He's the Olympic
2016
champion
Olympic Games.
and
He's a
world
10 meter
champion in this
Asian
final.
champion, a 3 positions Asian
Yes.
Games bronze medalist
Chain Singh.
with 2 World Cup medals from the
Competed at
rifle
the Rio
disciplines.
Games.
It's Chain Singh.
Very popular with the crowd, 35 years old.
All
But has
right,
seen
let
for
me
an
tell you
awful
that the
while.
jury member in charge of this final is
Massive
Meghassan
cheers from the Indian
Bangle
supporters.
of India.
Bengal,
And our chief range officer is Viren Bhatt of India.
And also Viren Bhatt, once again, will be our chief range officer.
Good luck to all of our athletes and let the final begin.
My name is
Take
Rory
your
McAllister.
position.
I'll be your commentator. Thanks very much for joining us live here from New Delhi on
So
ISF
this is the
TV.
final of the 50-meter rifle 3 positions men's event. First of all, we'll have a free series of 5 shots in the kneeling
So
position.
we're on time.
And these series will be
It's
fired
exactly
in a
1
time
o'clock
of
local
200
time here in New
seconds
Delhi. This is
each.
what happened in
200
qualification
seconds
earlier today.
per
Alexander
series.
Schmerl at the top alongside Blavatsky, both on 5.93. And that's how they line up from firing point A right down to firing point H. So 2 athletes from India. And will India manage to get onto the podium in this one? Here's the world number 1, the Olympic champion. And there it is, the world record on the screen. It was broken twice in 2 days in Baku. And the World Cup. I think I said earlier it was Rio, so I'm just correcting myself there. Even
For
I
the
forget
first
to commentate
competition
on both
series,
events for Rio
no-
and Baku, but it's been such a long year, and with the Olympic Games in there as well,
Start.
this is where this culmination of this World Cup final is such a great event to celebrate and close off the ISSF calendar for 2018. So we're underway. A 10.9 is the highest individual score. And we're likely to see that perhaps in the kneeling position. But certainly there's a greater chance of seeing that in the prone position. most of the athletes begin their careers, if you like. Not as much stability as you would get in the prone position. At the same time, all the techniques have to be there. Breath control, being able to keep your heart rate under control as well, and of course your physical movement. And Sven Penny is certainly a master when it comes to the kneeling position. I'm just looking at him right now. That last shot, 10.2. Peak sight down the other end. There's no magnification necessarily, just to get a clear shot at the target 50 metres away. The 10 ring is only 10.4 millimetres wide. It's an absolute precision sport. It's not just, of course, the physicality, it's a mental battle as well. You need to bring your focus and your attention. It's really long and grueling, a three positions final. Add to that the qualification that's already happened earlier today. This is a real physical and mental test. Be under no illusion. So you see the seats unzipped. Various different parts of the grip. These two have those grip points.
Stop.
Series 1 in the kneeling over and out, and Malinovsky of Kazakhstan signed
the prone
out
strap,
close
which is on
series
the back.
with a lovely
That also helps the suit
10.8.
adjust to
He's
the
in
different
5th place.
positions.
We also saw a
So after a
perfect
first series,
10.9
you want
coming
to
from the
be
world
up around
champion
52
Alexander
points if you
Schmel.
can get there.
He's
Higher,
currently in a 4th
even
place,
better.
leading the way
Let's
is
just see
Issf
who's
Penny,
leading.
second
Issf
final
Penny
of this World Cup final,
of Hungary,
0.2 ahead of Liu
57,
and
51.7.
Blavatsky.
Just 0.2 in front of the world record holder, world number 1 and the Olympic champion.
As you can see, Leper and
Blavatsky
Jura.
also tied
We now
for
move
second
on to
place. They're
series
both
number
on
2 of 5 shots
51.5.
in the kneeling position.
And Alexander Schmel
For the
of
next
Austria
competition
is in
series.
4th place.
Load.
Malinovsky in 5th, Lepa in 6th, tied with Scherer
Start.
also in 6th place. They're both on 50.5, and then Chain Singh of India in 8th place, just under the 50 marker on 49.7. This is now the second series of 5 shots in the kneeling position. From Isfan Penny. Real specialist when it comes to kneeling. Leo Yukon also with a 10.9. What else would you expect from the Olympic champion and world record holder and world number 1? Really hard to predict though who will be on the podium in this one. So many top names when it comes to the world of three positions rifle shooting. That look from Isfan Penny, I think he just looked down to say, what? And then, there's nothing to worry about Isfan, it's 10.8. He completes his 5-shot series. So just Schmel now. And take his time. Still over a minute on the clock, but comes in anyway with a 10.8 in that last
That
shot.
was series 2
series of
in
5.
the
So this
kneeling.
final
We saw
in the kneeling
3
position.
perfect 10.9s during that series. One
Just
from
starting
Liu,
to take a
one
little bit
from
of shape.
Penny, and the
Isfan
other
Penny
from
was leading at
Singh.
the
We
top.
went
The gap
4
was
so
0.2.
far
He's
in
now
this
increased
final.
that
Issf Penny is still the
massive
man to
1.5
catch a series
because
total of
in
52.9
rifle
for the
shooting at
second
this
time.
level,
That is the highest
in the
total
position,
coming from the
that's a
Hungarian
fair old
athlete. A
distance.
1.5 lead over
Round of
Pravatsky,
applause
who's in
coming
second place
from the
outright
crowd.
now. Liu has dropped down into
Issf
fourth,
Penny of Hungary,
Malinovsky's in third.
104.6.
And Sin, who
Lepa
was in
just
eighth,
on the
is now up
100
into
marker.
fifth place, 0.2 behind
now in
the
eighth place.
Chinese athlete. We still have one more series to go in the kneeling position, and it's coming up right now.
Both in 7th and 5th place respectively.
For the next competition series, load,
So 3 minutes 20 is now on the clock
start.
for the kneeling position in this final series of 5 shots. So all of these athletes in this final, none of them hanging around. Even in that last series, Alexander Schmel was last to shoot with just over a minute to go. Some shots in the 9 ring though. Lepa with the 9.4, Penny with that 9.7, just wayward and off and right to the target, but now corrects that. Slams in a 10.6 from Penny. Pravatsky with a 10.8. Dr. Carney Singh shooting range. They are shooting out into the open. We've got the back wall open. And the wind flags just showing just a little bit of wind. So that's where the athletes have to compensate for that over the 50 metres. So Leo Yukon, who is the Olympic champion, world number 1 and world record holder, he's completed his kneeling phase. The coaches making their notes, keeping a track of the scores. It's the 7-minute changeover approaches. And we'll go from kneeling to the prone position. So this time it's Akil Shiron who's last to shoot,
unload,
and it's a 10.0. So Issf Penny, the silver medalist in the 10 metres yesterday here at the World Cup final, continues to lead this competition. He did have a gap of 1.5. That's been narrowed ever so slightly, now down to 1.2. But it's still Penny leading the way on 156.4. Lepa in 8th place, just shy of the 150 marker, 2.5 behind. We've got a tie for 6th place. Schmel, who is the current world champion, is in 5th place. Li Yukon, the Olympic champion and world record holder, in 4th position. Pravatsky, no surprise to see him already in the podium places. Malinovsky of Kazakhstan in 2nd, and Issf Penny leading the way. So those 7 minutes sounds like quite a long time. These athletes will be getting a move on. You can just see Issf Penny adjusting his prone strap on the back of his suit. They'll also be making adjustments elsewhere, unzipping the back. Some do it without trousers at all and just go with the underlayers. You can see Li Yukon just packing his trousers away, so he won't be wearing those. And with the multi-tool, they'll be making adjustments to their rifle, to the sights, to the back, to the butt. And there's Luciano Rossi, the ISSF president, along with Sheikh Al Samad of Kuwait. A very nice man. He spent some time in Kuwait back in February when we were there for the Olympic qualifier. So you can see here now the athletes with the multi-tools just making adjustments to the butt of the rifle, also to the sights as well, because your body's in a completely different position. So this is why these adjustments need to be made, and all these athletes have this rehearsed and down, and they've just got to get on with it themselves. You can see Alexander Schmel with the prone mat. They'll all be getting down in the prone position as soon as possible to take as many sighting shots as they can. So just over 5 minutes to go as the clock ticks down, and then we'll be getting underway with the first series of 5 shots in the prone position.
And after the second series of 5 shots in the standing, our first eliminations will take place. So the athletes in 8th and 7th.
Two minutes to go in the changeover, so welcome back to New Delhi. If you're joining us live on Issf TV, wherever you are around the world, then welcome along for the ride. This is the 3P final for the men. A long and grueling final, long and grueling day. Perhaps you could even say that about 2018 with the Olympic Games in the middle. There was so much to do beforehand with those qualification tournaments and events to try and get those priceless quota places, but in some ways, 3 months ago now, it seems as if the Olympic Games is almost a distant memory. Here's Issf Penny of Hungary, took a silver medal in the 10 metres yesterday, and he's currently leading this competition once we get underway with the 3 series in the prone position, which is where we see the highest shots in a 3 positions final. Another packed crowd here in New Delhi. And we just saw a few seconds ago not only the ISSF president, Mr. Luciano Rossi, who's been here for every single final, but also Sheikh Salman Al Salba, who I had the pleasure of meeting when I was in Kuwait earlier this year. And he was also sitting alongside Kalikesh Narayan Singh Deo, who is the president of the National Rifle Association of India. So the dignitaries are here, the family and friends are here as we just get to the 30-second marker, and there is the 30-second announcement from our Chief Range Officer. So this is where now the athletes know they've got to settle in to this prone position, and this is when it gets real. So the sighting shot's coming to an end. And Liu Kon just taking one final shot before the clock runs out. And he won't take another. So if you're joining us on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get notified of all our broadcasts, and you get it a couple of seconds as well, sometimes a minute or two before the actual broadcast starts. And it just makes life easier for you at home. And there's Vesa Nissinen, who's the president of the Finnish Shooting Sport Federation. And he's also been here for all of the finals so far. So that's how it stands. It's Isfan Penny, who is a real specialist in the kneeling position. What will he bring now into the prone position? Leads the final with a gap of 1.2, and that's quite a sizable gap, particularly when it comes to prone shooting. This is where we're going to see the highest individual shots. Well, at least we should do, as of course nerves get to the athletes themselves. So you want to open up with a strong, just as they're trying to keep their breath under control. Another quick load from Lepa. Breath control, particularly in the prone position, is something you really have to master, because just the slightest raise can be the difference between a shot in the 10 ring and a shot way up high or off to the left or right in the 8 or 7 ring. So Isfan Penny finishes strongly on a 10.7 in his first series in the prone position. This is a very dominant performance from the Hungarian. He took a silver medal here yesterday in the 10 meters. And when Isfan Penny wakes up and feels in the zone, you could argue that there's just no stopping him, despite having an Olympic champion, a world record holder, and the world #1 in the final as well. You've got to remember Alexander Schmel, who we're looking at right now, is the current world champion. So this really is the best of the best here in New Delhi at this ISSF World Cup final. So Penny was in front by a gap with 1.2 over Malinovsky. That difference has now increased to 1.5, and it's Privratsky of Czechia who moves up to second place. Malinovsky moves down to third, but there's only a gap there of 0.2, so it's still quite close. Some of the other differences speak for themselves. Lepa has a bit of work to do in 8th place, 1.4 behind. But there are another 2 series in the prone position. So after these 5 shots, that'll take us to shot 25. And that's when this 3 positions final really starts to mould and take shape. You've got to maximise on your performance from the kneeling position, because once we finish with the prone, there's a 9-minute changeover. And some athletes just handle the standing position better than others. Another 10.9 from Shiran, really on form for India. In a 10.9 in that last series, and just delights the crowd with another. Lepa, meanwhile, he said he had work to do. He's just hit a 10.8. Privratsky just making a slight adjustment to the sight. And then settles in once again. See him just putting the finger on the trigger. It's so delicate, the triggers. Just that slightest pull back. Just kept the recoil there to a minimum. And Privratsky, though, hit a 9.6. So nice to see Jai Prakash Notial, who is the president of the Para Indian Shooting Federation. And he was alongside Vivek Sani. I remember being here back in March for the Para World Cup. And we had a great time in New Delhi. And we're also having a great time here at the World Cup final, particularly in this final, as we're now at the 25-shot marker. And Issf Penny of Hungary is absolutely bossing this one today. 262.1 is his current total. He did have a gap of 1.5, and he's almost doubled that. Just incredible. A 2.8 gap after 25 shots in a 3 positions final is absolute world-class stuff. And Issf Penny, on the back of that silver medal yesterday in the 10 meters, has come out today and is stamping his authority on this final. Malinovsky still in there with the top 3. He's now in 2nd place. Pravratsky drops down to 3rd, but is still in the medal positions. It's another 5 shots now. This is the final series in the prone position. So just see the calibre of Issf Penny's shots with that shot graph looking like a Manhattan skyline. Last shot was a 10.3, continues to lead. And that one was a 10.6. Issf Penny is on course here. If he keeps this up, he's absolutely cruising to a gold medal. But there's still some way to go. Focus and concentration of Malinovsky. His body position so still. It's almost a freeze frame. You have to bring all that together. Breathing techniques, keeping your heart rate down. Trying to keep perspiration as well to a minimum. And there's Nimet Chopra. He's been one of the organisers of this World Cup final. A very nice man indeed. So Leo Yukon just holding his rifle up, just taking a bit of a rest, just making sure you don't develop too many aches and pains. Chief Range Officer Viren Bart calls stop and unload. Now, we said a few moments ago that a 1.2 lead that turned into a 2.8 lead was sizable at this time, but I just can't believe what's happening here in New Delhi. We'll just wait for the scoreboard to adjust, and there it is. A 4.1 gap between Penny and Malinovsky. The Hungarian has just absolutely bossed the kneeling and prone position. So we're now into the 9-minute changeover time. You'll see the athletes just, again, adjusting their suits, putting them back on, getting the trousers back on for some. And then those prone straps at the back will come into effect and be changed, because it's now the standing position. We're out of the prone, and you can see the multi-tool there and adjustments to the rifles being made, because the sights need to be at different distances and heights because of the adjustment into standing, and your face and your body position, of course, is in a completely different position. And all the athletes have this rehearsed and have it down, and they're out there by themselves. The butt of the back of the rifle also tends to change shape as well, because of then the shoulder position going from prone into standing. Alexander Schmel just folding up his prone mat, and he's first out with the rifle stand. And the rifle stand, where the rifle rests, must be no higher than your actual shoulder position. You'll also see athletes as well putting tape measures on the floor just to make sure their balance and standing is in the correct position. So here's some adjustments to the back of the rifle. And the safety flag must be inserted. And you can see that bit of plastic just hanging out. Those are the rules. And although 9 minutes feels like a long time, you really do have to get a move on, because you want to get out into the standing position and take as many sighting shots as you can. So in a couple of minutes, we'll run some highlights for you, and then we'll be back with the standing position. 2 series of 5 in the standing position. Once we get to 40 shots, the eliminations start. 8th and 7th place will leave at once, and then there are eliminations every single shot right through to the medal positions. But for the moment, István Penny of Hungary leads the competition. He's on 315.0. That's going into the standing position. He's 4.1 in front.
Your own mini mile to take home. Come over here, please. Come over here. Can you hold this? Thank you. What's your name and where are you from? From Delhi. Great, okay. Is this your first time at the shooting sport event? Yes. Are you enjoying it so far? Okay, and you'll have an even bigger ball if you get to leave with your own, very own mini mile and tick that biggest item on your plate. Alright, here's the question for you. Who is the world #1 in this event? Is it A? If you were listening to me earlier, you would know this, okay? Is it A, Liu Yukun? Is it B, John Herman Head? Or C, Dua Lipa? Liu Yukun. Going with A, Liu Yukun? Is that your final answer? Yes. It is the right answer. You get your very own miniature mile. Your life is complete. How are you feeling right now? Wonderful. You're welcome. Here you go. Here's your little mile. Enjoy. Now, come over to the other side of the room. Don't you worry.
2 minutes now remains on the clock as we get ready for the standing position in this 50-metre rifle 3-position men's final at the ISSF World Cup final, live for you here in New Delhi. So if you have just joined us on ISSF TV, welcome along. If you're on Facebook, then do like and make your comments. And if you're on YouTube, then do like and subscribe to the channel. Also make your comments there as well. If you do subscribe, then you'll get notifications of all our broadcasts. It just pops up for you on your phone or tablet and just makes life just that little bit easier for you. So under 90 seconds remains. And Akhil Shoran on firing point F has made some 10.9s in the kneeling position, which is looking now at Chain Singh, also representing India. He's on firing point H. But despite those 10.9s, it was actually Issf Penny who bossed the kneeling position in this final. Penny leads on 315.0. So will the world record go today? You have to ask that. I mean, there's 5 shots still to come in this standing, and another 5 to take us to 40. So 15 shots left. I mean, if Issf Penny was to average, say, around 10.4, added to his current total, that would bring him up to 4.71, which would break Lee Yukon's world record, who is also in this final, the Olympic champion and world #1. We also have the world champion, Alexander Schmel, also on firing point G. Just see him just left of centre of your picture at the moment. That's how it stands, I know, a 4.1 gap at the top. Issf Penny of Hungary on 315.0. It's been a wonderful performance from the 27-year-old from Hungary, who got married this year, took a silver medal in the 10 metres yesterday. Can Issf Penny cap off his ISSF calendar? It can look easy. They take a glance at it and think, well, not doing very much, are they? Until you try it, and then your respect will completely change in an instant. See Issf Penny with his little finger, or pinky finger if you prefer, just tucked into the groove on the underside of his rifle. Each athlete, I mean, there's no real specific way of going about holding that part of the rifle. You can rest it on your knuckles, rest it on your palm, do what Penny does and just slip that little finger underneath. Here's the current world champion, Alexander Schmel of Austria. Last shot was a 10. Just that bit of recoil on the rifle. 10.7 this time for the 35-year-old from Austria. So just one shot left now for Malinowski. He completes. Last shot was a 10.2. And Shedon of India last to go. Last shot was a 9.5. And the first series in the standing position is done and dusted. And Issf Penny, who had a lead of 4.1, guess what? He's managed to increase it. It's now a gap of 4.9 at the top. Penny is on 366.1. And we have 10 shots to go. So if Issf Penny was to average around 10.4 for the remainder of this final, then he'd managed to get up to 470, which would break the world record. Well, if it was 470, it would break the world record by some margin. So are we on for a world record here, as well as perhaps a gold medal from Issf Penny? His last standing series was 51.5. It was Blavatsky and Schmerl with the highest series. They both had 51.5. With Penny on 51.1. Here is Blavatsky, former world record holder, has achieved so much across the ISSF competitions, also at European level as well. I remember seeing him take that trio gold medal in Oshek earlier this year. Great shot from Shiron. He really has shot well. 2 10.9s in the kneeling position. Now with that 10.8 at standing. That really is impressive stuff from Atkil. So Leppä of Finland, currently in 8th place as we came into this final series in the standing. He's got some work to do alongside Chain Singh, because once we get to 40 shots, we eliminate 8th and 7th place. And Issf Penny with a 9.5. Interesting to see now what Penny's next shot is. Will the occasion get to him? Schmerl also with a shot in the 8th ring, 8.9, just shows standing position so grueling. The scoreboard changes all the time. I mean, Penny, of course, has the cushion of that lead. Just saw Peter Wilson in the crowd of Great Britain. He took the Olympic gold medal in double trap back at the London Games in 2012. This 3-position final then, drawing in and closing in on the elimination stages. Leppä and Singh, who've been in 8th and 7th place respectively, have had some work to do. Well, because of that shot in the 9 ring, Issf Penny just dropped off world record pace. It's still possible, but the world record stands at 4:68.9. Meanwhile, the eliminations now taking place. Aleksi Leppä of Finland, 3.8. There's a possible another 5 shots left, unless we go to a shoot-off at the end. And now each and every single shot will determine an elimination. So the world champion, Alexander Schmerl, 1.4 behind, on the verge of leaving this final, unless he can pull out an amazing shot and hope that some of the others just have shot in the 8s and 9s. There's the former world record holder, Prevratsky of Czechia. Currently in 3rd position. He had a bronze medal yesterday in the 10 meters. Currently in the bronze medal position for this 3 positions. So there's Isfan Penny on the left, the competition leader. He's in front by 3.8. Alexander Schmel, well, he's 1.4 behind. And he's in 6th place. 1.4 behind Lee Yukon. And Schmel with a 9.8. And Leo Yukon with a 10.4. So Schmel, the world champion, is already inserting his safety flag. He knows he's out at this final. Meanwhile, Shiron of India with a 10.7, hence that loud cheer and round of applause in the background. Well, it just goes to show you the standard and how competitive it is at an ISSF World Cup final, because that's the world champion leaving this final in 6th place. And I'm sure Alexander, although he'll be happy that he got to the final, of course, will have hoped for better today. So Isfan Penny of Hungary with a gap of 3.6 at the top. And just keep an eye on Malinovsky, only 0.5 behind. Prevratsky moves from 3rd up to 2nd. So the elimination's now thick and fast. There is no room for error, and sometimes no room for manoeuvre, because sometimes it's already written. You get to the point where you're so far behind you can't keep up, and sometimes mathematics and impossibilities just come into play, but that's the world of rifle shooting. And 10.6 from Penny. That'll help him keep in the hunt for a world record, and of course continue to lead the competition. I'm sure his mind's only on the gold medal at the moment. Meanwhile, Leo Yukon, there is the Olympic champion and the current world record holder with a 10.5. I think Lee Yukon thought that perhaps maybe there for a moment he'd be leaving this final, but actually Malinovsky will leave in 5th place. And Malinovsky 0.3 behind Leo Yukon of People's Republic of China, who survives into 4th. There's still a chance that Leo Yukon could get a medal. Meanwhile, representing Kazakhstan, Konstantin Malinovsky, 25 years old, competed at the Olympic Games in the summer, leaves this World Cup final in 5th place. So Penny at the top had a lead of 33.6. It's now 3.9. And Leo Yukon only 0.5 behind Akhil Shiron. The Indian crowd here would go absolutely berserk, I'm sure, if Shiron was to carry on and take a podium place and claim a medal here in this World Cup final. So the Olympic champion, the world record holder and the world #1, now shooting to stay in this final. Lee Yukon currently on 431.7. Penny with a 9.2. And Prevratsky with a 10.6, great shot. 10.4 from Akhil Shiron, and Leo Yukon just showing what he's made of with a 10.7, but it's not going to be enough. And the Indian crowd go berserk because they're guaranteed a medal here. So Leo Yukon, not to be for today, takes a bow. The Olympic champion leaves this final. The world #1, the world record holder, leaves in 4th place. And meanwhile, Akhil Shiron of India, much to the cheers of the Indian crowd, with them banging the drums, they're guaranteed a medal. And when you're the home nation, that's exactly what you're after in your own country, to take a podium place. So Akhil Shiron, 0.6 behind the former world record holder Prevratsky of Czechia. Meanwhile, Isfan Penny still in front. the gap has been reduced at the top. It's 2.5. So this next shot to decide the first medal of this 50-meter rifle three-position men's final at the ISSF World Cup final, live for you here in New Delhi. Penny with a 9.0, really starting to wobble now towards the end. The chances of the world record, well, I think it went over the last two shots, not just that 9. But I'm sure Penny's mind is just focused on a gold. Blavatsky, meanwhile, just showing what he's made of. 10.6 and Shiron with a 10.0, which means India now have a bronze medalist. And Akhil Shiron, 29 years old, turns around to the crowd, takes a wave, and the drums are absolutely banging here in New Delhi. And a great achievement for Akhil Shiron to come to his home shooting range in front of his home crowd and take a bronze medal. Finishes on a score of 452.6, and there it is, confirmed. So Issf Penny, this lead has been reduced to 0.9. Penny has led for so long. Is this going to switch round in the final moments? Will the former world record holder, Blavatsky, prevail? And will he take the gold medal? Well, unless we go to a shoot-off. Have to bear in mind, Issf Penny's last two shots have been pretty shaky. That last one was a 9.0. The one before that was in the 9 ring. Blavatsky, meanwhile, has been slamming the shots into the mid and high 10s. Penny will probably shoot first and does so. It's a 10.6. He's done it. That's enough. Blavatsky with a gap now of 11.5, closes that to 1.1, and the former world record holder is the silver medalist. Issf Penny has made the trip from Hungary. What a year for the 27-year-old Hungarian. He got married this year. It's been a big year in the world of shooting because, of course, we had the Olympic Games, and Issf Penny full of smiles because it was a silver medal yesterday in the 10 meters, and now Issf Penny will be bringing home a gold medal from the ISSF World Cup final. It's been a great 2 days for the Hungarian, and just takes us an intake of breath and a sigh of relief. And Issf just got over the line in the end. And this man here, Jiří Blavatsky, has just pushed him all the way, representing Czechia, the silver medalist. Gave us a great finale to that three positions final. Meanwhile, a medal for the home nation, which is always nice to see. Akhil Shiron is now being confirmed as the bronze medalist. So rifle gets raised into the air. And already some of the dignitaries are over. And they haven't quite finished actually announcing the medalists. And Jiří Blavatsky announced as the silver medalist, and now Issf Penny taking the gold. And to the left there, Kalikesh Narayan Singh Deo, the president of the National Rifle Association of India, alongside Mr. Luciano Rossi, the ISSF president, who's just holding up Jiří's thumb in recognition of the cameras. And also Sheikh Salman Al Salwa of Kuwait, just to the right of your picture, joining the medalists. So India, the home country, with a bronze medal for Akhil Shiron. Czechia take the silver with Jiří Blavatsky, and Issf Penny took a silver yesterday in the 10 meters, and today it's gold in the three positions.
Delhi, Dr. Kani Singh shooting range. This is a sound check. You happy? Yeah, cool. Congratulations, you have secured the bronze medal in India. How are you feeling?
It's great. I can't even express my feelings right now because there was huge crowd behind us, and our favorite dhol was there, and I was feeling very nervous, but I could feel positive support from my crowd.
Yeah, energy from the home support. And this is an upgrade for you because last year at the World Cup final, you made the final and finished 5th. So this must be extra satisfying.
Yeah, the way I started kneeling, at that moment I had this thought that I don't want to finish this time 5th, at least plus. So I pushed myself and I end up in the medal alley.
You did. And also, I want to mention the final few shots. You had the Olympic champion, Liu Yukun, breathing down your neck. Yes. Were you aware of that?
Yeah, I was aware. I saw him, but that was not in my mind at that.
So it didn't add to the nerves at all?
No, I was completely busy with my things, my process and my technique, and it was nothing like which was coming thoughts like someone is there, the world champion is there. There was nothing like that.
And it's normal, you're a top athlete and you're at the World Cup final, so the best of the best are here, of course. So this is the Issf season closer. How much confidence and momentum does this give you moving into the next Olympic cycle?
It gives me lots of positivity for the next season. I will prepare much better. Maybe I need to push some more limits for myself, and it's a great start for the new cycle of the Olympics. One just ended and another has just begun.
Well, Akhil, congratulations again. Enjoy the podium and more cheers from the home crowd. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We meet again. It was 10-meter bronze yesterday. It's silver today in the free positions event. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I mean, as I said yesterday, I took some break after Paris, so it's great coming back and being able to still catch up with others. So that feels just amazing.
I couldn't really ask you this question and expect an answer yesterday because you still had this event today, but now I can ask it. How would you now reflect on your 2024 season?
There was a lot of ups and downs. It was not smooth ride, I can tell you that for sure. And there would definitely be some things that I changed now looking back at it. But there also were some very nice and positive moments. So that's life, I guess.
Yeah, and definitely a positive moment. 2 positive moments from here in New Delhi with 2 medals. Congratulations again, Jirka.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right.
Well done. Well done. See you later.
Ishvan, another day, another final, another medal. I would say we must stop meeting like this, but I guess it's a good thing. It means you're doing well in the sport.
Yeah, I would do this gladly every time after the final, because this means that I won a medal. So
Yesterday it was silver. Today you've gone one better. It's gold. For the second time here in New Delhi, you also won gold in this event back in 2017. I guess this is the best possible way to close the season, right?
I mean, now yes. So yesterday, as I said, that the job was still not done because there was this event today. But yeah, definitely. I mean, now I can say that this was the last major competition this year and finished with the gold. And I think that the final score was amazing. I had a huge kneeling and amazing prone. So I was really happy. I'm really confident about my ammunition. It was so good and hitting so well every time. So yeah, in the end, it was actually quite interesting because I had a big lead. But then in the end, it was just 0.9 before the last shot because I shot some mistakes before the last shot, and therefore, yeah, it was exciting even with this big lead.
Yeah, you had that big lead. You seemed to be so calm to us watching you, but then there was that little wobble, as you mentioned, in the standing single shots. Was that nerves? Was it tiredness? A combination?
Rather tiredness. So I felt really tired from already in the standing. When I went inside, I felt like I'm a bit tired, and how would I say? Yeah, but it was a tough competition because we arrived almost 3 days ago, so we didn't really have time to take care about the jet lag and so on. So we just arrived for the competition. We had yesterday already the air match and also the final, which was steering. And after the final, I had to go on the 3P training. So it's how would I say? It was a bit faster than the normal regular speed of the competition, and that therefore it was also very tearing.
Yeah, well, you pulled through, you held on, and you are once again World Cup final champion in the free positions event. Enjoy the podium, Ishvan.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Mic check, one. Gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the ISSF World Cup Final New Delhi 2024 will now take place. This is the medal ceremony for the 50-meter rifle, 3 positions men's event. The medals will be presented by His Excellency Mr. Sheikh Salman Al Sabah, President of the Asian Shooting Confederation. The gifts will be presented by Mr. Luciano Rossi, President of the International Shooting Sports Federation. The checks will be presented by Mr. Kalikesh Narayan Singh Deo, President of the National Rifle Association of India. The bronze medalist, representing India, Akhil Shiron. The silver medalist, representing Czechia, Jirka Privatsky. And the gold medalist, representing Hungary, István Penny. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please rise for the national anthem of Hungary.
Congratulations once again to the medalists of the 50-meter rifle, free positions men's event, Akil Shiron, Jurka Pravatsky, and Ishvan Penny. We'll now pause for photographs to be taken. Now the photos have been taken, we will have an extra presentation, the mementos, the medallions, to our three medal presenters, our victory ceremony presenters. They will be presented by Mr. M.S. Bangale, Honorary Secretary, the National Rifle Association of India, presenting to His Excellency Mr. Sheikh Salman Al Sabah, Mr. Luciano Rossi, and Mr. Kalikesh Narayan Singh Deo. Thank you to all of you for your contribution to the ISSF World Cup Final, New Delhi 2024. Quick interview for the first time since Baku World Cup back in May, I think it was. Sound check. Your Excellency, Mr. Sheikh Salman Al Sabah, great to see you here in New Delhi. Are you enjoying your time here at the competition so far?
Well, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here in the World Cup final, to meet all our friends from the world, especially His Excellency Luciano Rossi, to congratulate him and ISSF for their excellent work, preparation. Also for Indian Shooting Federation, Mr. Kalkish, President, all his team, for excellent organization for such prestigious event. And also I'd like to convey a message to the Indian media, Indian people, to congratulate them for their outstanding results in the Olympic Games in Paris 2024. So I'm very happy and happy to meet with you as FTV, to thank you for your great efforts.
Yeah, an incredible Olympic Games, a historic Olympic Games for India in shooting sport, as you mentioned. You also mentioned ISSF and the great work that the organisation has been doing this year. You have an important role in the shooting sport world as president of the Asian Shooting Confederation. What's been your highlight or highlights of 2024 so far?
Well, it went very smooth. Olympic Games conducted, especially in shooting events, very professionally. I'm very happy that Asian federations secured 21 Olympic medals, and they are working very hard, and they are making us all proud. We are getting a big support from the ISSF and from the shooting community, and we were going to work hard more and more to achieve more in developing our beloved sport. And as I said, I'm very thankful because today even Mr. Rossi, as a professional leader, he's working very hard with his team. I'm very happy to see ISF TV back, very professional. Your outstanding performance on the social media, attracting the youngster, and many people are now joining ISF TV footage and media activities, especially in social media. So all those are required for the future. We are looking for the 2028 Olympic Games in Atlanta, and we are happy that the shooting events are going so well in the right path with the collective efforts of us. As I am a member of the Asian shooting family, I'm proud to have this prestigious event here in Asia, and especially in India, where I'm noticing a very good development on all levels, especially in youth level. So thank you very much for your support, and thank you very much to give me this opportunity to give you my comments. Besides that, all the calendar of ISSF is going so well, and we look forward in the coming period. There will be some adjustment and slight changes with the technical rules to go with the IOC criteria for 2028. So we are working all together to support ISSF in their effort to achieve that, and also we are looking forward for the coming World Championships and qualifying championships. This is what is going on. Also, I'd like to say thank you, ISSF, for paying more attention for the juries and judges by having a new code and training program to elevate their capabilities in a way to have our sport very fair to everybody. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and hope to see you often. And good wishes to ISSF TV and all its teams for their great efforts. Thank you.
Yeah, well, a lot to look forward to. Thank you for your work and contribution to the sport. Thank you for talking to us, and enjoy the rest of the competition here in New Delhi.
Thank you, and let me conclude with thanks and appreciations for India people, government, Olympic committee, NRA for their hospitality and well done work, and wish always to see that our shooting Olympic sport is developing every day. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.